Alright everyone, I've got a 2017 Silver Eagle here that looks a little funny. It has a gold wash on it and it just looks a little bit bizarre, and that's because it's not a real Silver Eagle at all. We're going to go through and show you the real versus fake and show you the things on this coin that are different and go through our tests that we do, when we're trying to determine if something is real or fake. At first glance, you're going to see that the color is so odd with this coin, and the reason for that is that this was actually a silver plated coin, and the real color of the metal is coming through. It was such a thin plating that it's coming off already, and you'll see it's most evident on the inner points of the coin. You can see where the raised surfaces are starting to discolor. Same thing is happening on the back. A customer of mine brought this in. Thank you, John, for bringing this in so we could take a look at it and do a comparison. And just wanted to go over all the different things that I found that are different between this and a real Silver Eagle coin. Other than at first glance, you're kind of like, well, what's wrong with the color of this thing? For the sake of comparison, this is the real coin on the right and the fake coin on the left, as if you couldn't tell with that plating wearing off and that weird color. The first things that you'll notice is that the overall color, even if you look at the good parts of this coin, the one that actually shows still some of the silver color, you'll see that it's just kind of a bluish, too blue in nature, and it's just not the right shade or anything for what you would see on a real Silver Eagle. The second thing that you should notice at first glance is the date on these coins. If you look, the 2017 on the left coin, the fake coin, is really just way too big. Its font is kind of wacko, and it's definitely, the date is way too big on the coin. They changed the dates on Silver Eagles to be a little smaller as of 2008, so I don't know if maybe they had tried to go off of a much earlier version of the coin or not, but that is definitely a major red flag. One of the really obvious things that you can look for if you're looking at something you might think is fake is the U on the United. And in 2008, they changed to use what appears to be like a lowercase u with the, you can see the little extra piece, the drawdown right there. And if you look at the fake one, you'll see that drawdown is just not there. It is not there, and that's a way that you can tell that they used the back of a Silver Eagle that was from 2007 or older. So that's another major red flag. So if you're looking at 2008 or newer Silver Eagles, you'll see that they have that little drawdown that makes it appear like a lowercase u, basically. Alright, let's take this thing and put it in the XRF and see what it says on each side. So let's go ahead and put it in there. Hit start. Yep. See what she says. And there you have it. You see mostly copper, zinc, a smidge of nickel, and probably a little tiny bit of silver left over from the plating process. Let's take that. Let's turn it over. Let's run the test again. Basically the same thing. No silver detected at all. So this coin miserably fails the X-ray test, the X-ray fluorescence test. From a comparison, I wanted to go ahead and show what a good Silver Eagle looks like under the X-ray. We put that in, start the test, and you can see it's detecting 999 pure silver. So that's a good test. Alright, so let's check this one out. This is the questionable coin. Let's go ahead and see what it weighs. Super light. 17 pennyweights is 0.85 troy ounces. So very light. And 26.4 grams. So this is not even close. This is kind of a joke, actually, because I mean any coin that was supposed to be 1 ounce and it weighs 0.85 is clearly fake. You compare it to a real eagle. Put that on there. You're at 1.005 troy ounces, or 20.1 pennyweight, 31.2 grams. We've noticed that the later, this is a 2015 eagle. We've noticed that those tend to be just on the slightly heavier side than 1.00 ounce. So we've seen those at 31.2, 30 up, some as high as 31.4 and 31.5 grams. But so that's definitely within the realm or the range. Alright, let's try the Verifier Pro. We'll go ahead and calibrate it. Verify that we're selected on pure silver. And yes, we are. We're on pure silver. So if we put the item, we see that the numbers are way off into the mid sixes, way off to the red. That's why these arrows are pointing way to the right. Hopefully you can see that okay. And if it was real, it would at least be somewhere in the orange pointing with the arrow up, but more than likely into the green. But we've seen them, anywhere within this green to just barely the orange. So if we go ahead and take this one off and put a real silver eagle, which I have right here, a real 2015 silver eagle, put it under there. You can see right here that the numbers are within 10% of each other, which is one of the criteria to pass, and that they're into the orange, which for whatever reason we actually noticed that eagles do this. It might be just a tiny bit of copper, since they're 0.9993, that's causing them to go to the right a little bit, but other bullion doesn't do that. Some of it does, some of it doesn't, but that's how we know that it's a good verified silver eagle. And one of my favorite tests is the ring test. It's a really good indication, and I think the microphone picks it up okay. If you can just really kind of gently tap them, get close to the mic. That's silver. Now if we do it with one side silver and one side not silver, here's what we get. These two right here. It's a much different sound. Very different. Then you can drop it on the floor. At least that's the one that's fake. But again, I'll bring then I'll bring this one closer. Alright, there's a couple of little other things I wanted to go through and show you. One's the edge of the coin. If you look at the one on top, which is the real eagle, you'll see how the edge looks. And I mean, it's not something super strikingly different, but you can see that the edge is different. It's just cleaner and more defined. And the one on the bottom, which is the fake coin, is kind of, it seems more rounded and not as sharp as the real coin. And then the other thing is the relief. The like I said earlier, the coin is actually taking more volume, so the three-dimensional pieces, or the relief, the part that's sticking up off the back of the base planchet, is higher and more detailed on this coin. And you can see that's why when we were taking the measurements, if you did not include the edge, the coin was thinner. And if you look at this one, it is much different. It's the raised part of the coin is not nearly as high raised, and it's just a much more flat, much more two-dimensional type of a feel to the coin. It's going to be the same situation on the back. You can see that the three-dimensional raised surfaces are just not nearly as defined, and I mean that's because they were probably using a coin as their die. But yeah, you see that the raised surfaces are much higher, much cleaner, especially on the front of the coin. But that's another major thing that that kind of takes more of a trained eye to look at that. But you can start to see that how thick the raised surfaces would be versus the fake one. Alright, so that's what I wanted to basically go over with these two coins, showing you the good, the bad, how you can tell the difference between fake and real. We looked at the edges of the coin, the differences of the U on the back, the overall difference in the condition and quality of the coin, being the relief. The weight difference was very clear and very obvious. The ring test was very different. Sorry if that was loud. And then, of course, we looked at it with the Sigma and then the X-ray fluorescence machine. So my next question is, what should we do with this piece of fake bullion? Because I think that anytime we find a piece of fake bullion, we need to make sure it gets destroyed and that it does not get back out into circulation or trading or get traded again or potentially fake somebody else out. So put down in the comments below what you think we should do to this coin. How should we destroy it in some kind of a fun, cool way? Because I wouldn't mind doing that. So in any case, if you have any questions, you can also leave those for me in the comments. Once again, I do appreciate you watching. If you wouldn't mind, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and then maybe consider subscribing. We'll talk to everyone later.